but I don't understand if we're going to go live on YouTube and Facebook.
No, I think it's going to go live on all the sites.
Jesus Christ, why did it take me here?
mm,
Why did it take me to my...
I'm just double checking now,
Oh,
pal.
I think we're live.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so good day, everyone. We apologize for the delay. We would have started at 1 p.m. EST, but we had some technical difficulties. But it is all sorted now. We are extremely happy to be here today, myself and Carol. And this is the Dark Life live session. So, guys, today's live session is going to be super interesting. We are going to show you more about our website, the resources, our blogs, testimonials, and Carol is also going to walk you guys through the applying stage. So it is going to be super exciting. We are happy to have you all here today. And at the end, before we close down the live session, we are going to answer the questions you may have regarding JobDoc and the application process. So please be sure to stick around, ask your questions right now. We are going to answer them all. Hello, Carol. How are you doing?
Oh, we were just breaking a sweat here trying to get all of our tech issues in order. You guys know how this can happen. And well, apart from that, I'm doing great. I'm feeling relieved that we could finally tune into this Duck Life live session. I'm super happy to be here, Morne. Thank you so much for giving a brief introduction. And yes, as Morne says, he will be giving a great breakdown of our website, of our resources, webinars, testimonials, lots of stuff. And then I will be giving a quick run through of our application process. And afterwards, we will be answering your guys' questions. So make sure to drop them in the comment box. And we will also be reading questions that we've been receiving on social media and whatnot. So please, if you guys have any questions regarding your interview, regarding your application process, make sure and send them in. This is your moment to shine.
Yeah, 100%, guys. But without any further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Carol, please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it perfectly.
Okay, awesome. So, guys, once you enter jobdoc.com, you will see our main page. Obviously, you will find our career opportunities on the main page. But above, you'll find our Watch Job Doc application process, testimonials, career opportunities, FAQs, blogs, and resources, as well as the contact us and also the apply now button. But today, we would like to take a closer look at the resources for starters. Because guys, our resources are super, super insightful and it can definitely help you, throughout your application process. It also contains valuable tips regarding remote work in general. So it is super, super valuable. And we want to encourage you guys today to take a closer look at our resources because it is going to help you throughout your application process. So for starters, guys, once you enter this specific page, you will find our resources, obviously. And for now, we have the job doc in a nutshell. So this is basically an early access resource. So what you need to do is you need to enter your name, your last name, your email address, and your country where you reside. So I'm from South Africa, and now I enter my name, my last name, email address, and then I say subscribe, and I will receive an email with this specific resource. It's also super, super insightful, guys. Job doc in a nutshell. Furthermore, if we scroll down, you will find your ultimate guide to success in JobDoc's application process, the ultimate guide to acing your job application, do's and don'ts, how to complete your profile, time management tips, achieve the ultimate balanced lifestyle, our available positions, the ultimate guide to working from home, resume tips, how to create your marketing portfolio, tips for your interview, customizable resume templates, do's and don'ts for a perfect home office. This is especially if you are starting a work from home career for the very first time. It's super insightful to help you on how to set up your workspace, and whatnot. So this one is also extremely valuable. And then finally, we have get excellent professional references. But for this specific live session, let's take a closer look at your ultimate guide to success in JobDoc's application process. So first of all, as I mentioned, you enter your first name, you enter your last name, and you enter your email address. So once that's done, you say download resource, and the resource will display on my screen in a second. Before we continue, Carol, I would just like to confirm, can you see the resource on my end?
Yes, we can see it perfectly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Val. Okay, guys, so this is basically your ultimate guide to success in JobDoc's recruitment process. So applying to JobDoc is a journey toward a rewarding remote career, and we are here to help you succeed. With a bit of preparation and focus, you can stand out in the recruitment process. So this is basically like the introduction, and then we ask, are you ready to set yourself up for success? So let's dive in. The first step, obviously, guys, is to stay responsive. So basically, keeping up with messages and updates shows that you are committed to the opportunity, and it also helps us move through the process smoothly. So first of all, it's important to check your inbox because we do send emails quite regularly. So it's important to check out your inbox, even your spam folder as well. That's super important. And secondly, you need to reply promptly. So try to respond to our emails or messages within 24 hours. So obviously, guys, that shows that you are interested in working with us. It's also professional. It shows professionalism as well. And it's also going to help you at the end of the day, because if you'd like to work with us and you respond to the emails and stuff, that would mean that we are moving fast, and we are moving forward to help you get an incredible career with JobDoc. And then we also have followed the instructions carefully. So pay close attention to specific requests or deadlines in emails to stay on track at each stage of the process. Okay, so this is basically the first tips we have. And then we move on to the second one, which is practice your communication skills. Now, that's also super important, guys. Since we are working remotely and we are working with US-based clients, it's super, super important to practice your communication skills. You should have an English proficiency level of B2, C1, or C2 in order to work with us. But here we are providing some tips that could help you in this regard. So first of all, it's super important to be clear and concise. So respond to questions directly and keep your answers to the point. Secondly, prepare for interviews. So practice common interview questions and focus on clear, confident speaking. And then thirdly, ask for feedback. That's super important, guys. If you're unsure about your answers or you're fit for the role, please ask us. It shows that you are open to growth and feedback as well. And then moving on to the next one, stay engaged for success. So that basically means you need to be curious, you need to attend all scheduled meetings and show enthusiasm as well. That's also crucial regarding the stages of our application process. Okay, and then next up, guys, it's also important to take it seriously and ask questions. So obviously, we are working from home, but it is a real career and it is a real job. So obviously, you need to take it seriously. The application process, when you work with us, it is a real job. You are going to receive an income. You are assisting other people. So it's super, super important to take everything super seriously. So how do you do that? You can show dedication. So give each step of the recruitment process your full attention, be prepared and ask questions. Once more, we are mentioning that you should not be afraid to ask questions whenever you hesitate or you get stuck with something, because we are here to help you all. And then as we state here, you are giving it your best, and that's fantastic. So obviously, we would like you guys to give it your best, during the application process when you work with us. We want you to let us know why you are the best candidate for the specific role you wish to apply for. And then, guys, you can also reach out to our guides and use our resources. So our guides are obviously here to support you along the way. You are not alone in this process, and we are here for you each and every step of the way. So basically, how can our guides help you? Well, by receiving timely reminders. So guides will keep you informed about your process and updates, ensuring you are prepared for what's next. And then you will also get personalized assistance. So our guides are here to help you with any concerns. So please don't hesitate to reach out to them for clarification or advice. This is super important, guys. We are always here to assist you. And then obviously, in addition to our guides, we have our resources as well. This is obviously one of the resources. And then, guys, you can also find our blogs. We will go to our blogs in a second. The FAQs and videos such as the weekly teas and other valuable videos that you can find on our social media platforms as well as YouTube. Okay, and then we have some insights from successful applicants. So the first is I felt very well taken care of through the whole process. So really don't be afraid, just jump in, you won't regret it. Okay, so these are all people who work with us and they are absolutely incredible and they gave some feedback regarding the application process and what it's like to work with JobDoc. These sections are obviously within our weekly teas. It's super insightful, but we will get there in a couple of minutes. And then basically the final part is to click below if you would like to start your application with us, and then you can simply click this button and you are going to go to our career opportunities. And you can also contact us on our website, Facebook, via email, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and TikTok, of course. So yeah, guys, this is basically more or less the information our resources provide. So this is just one of many resources we have. We have super valuable resources like resume tips, for instance. We get quite a lot of questions regarding the resumes. So if you are hesitant about your resume, please be sure to check out this specific resource and also, the tips for your interview and other amazing resources as well. So furthermore, guys, it doesn't end there. We also have webinar recordings. So for our webinars, it's 25 to 30 minutes more or less a session, and you can simply access our webinars by clicking here, and then once more enter your first name, your last name, and your email address. Please keep in mind that by downloading our free resources or watching our webinars, you opt in to receive our bi-weekly newsletters. And so, guys, for the newsletters, it is not we are not trying to spam you with unnecessary content within the newsletters. We are always trying to provide the best possible information to help you move forward within the application. We are sending the latest weekly teas, latest blogs, our latest career opportunities. So the newsletters are also super insightful, and it's basically there to help you throughout your application process. But of course, you can also unsubscribe at any time. It's at the bottom of our newsletters. You will find the button there to unsubscribe in case you feel like unsubscribing. But moving on to the webinars, guys, our latest one, the winning formula for getting hired at JobDoc. It's a super insightful webinar. We received plenty of positive feedback from the people who attended the webinar live on the day. They said it helped them quite a lot. So please be sure to check out this one. It's super amazing. And then we also have 5 things employers secretly look for in remote hires. This one was hosted by myself and Carol. And if we think about what employers are looking for, obviously skills and experience seems like the most important thing, right? But there are some other things that employers are looking for in remote hires. So please be sure to check this one out. It also contains valuable information. We gathered a lot of information on that and data on what employers are really looking for. So please be sure to check out this one as well. Well, every webinar is amazing, guys. As you can see, we have a lot here. effective interview strategies at JobDoc. So this is for your interview. A JobDoc workshop, step by step on how to apply. Secrets to know your application at JobDoc. This one is regarding your LinkedIn profile. Then we also have top things to know before working at a law firm. So normally we give you guys a lot of information about the application process and our career opportunities. But what is it really like working with JobDoc? What is it like working with one of our clients? So Jose is answering all those questions. So it's also a super, super valuable webinar. Please be sure to check it out. We also have how to feel comfortable during virtual Zoom calls, because obviously some of us are introverted. And when you work remotely, you need to communicate with your team members, maybe clients as well. So this one is definitely going to help you with public speaking. And then everything you need to know about JobDoc, it's basically all information about our company, which you can find on this specific webinar, and then the language lab, boosting your English game. So if you are struggling with your English and you're not at B2, C1, or C2, you can definitely check out this webinar because it's also super insightful. And we are hosting webinars once a quarter. So please keep an eye on our social medias and newsletters for any updates regarding our next webinar. So guys, then moving on to our blogs, we share a variety of topics when it comes to our blogs. For instance, our latest blog is 5 inspiring books that can shift your perspective. It is regarding World Book Day. So we are sharing some amazing books here. Whenever you guys find the opportunity, please be sure to check it out. It's for personal growth, and yeah, it's absolutely amazing books. And then how much can you really save by working from home? Then we also want to work with JobDoc. Here's how to improve your English once more. Could your sales skills open new doors? Job hopping versus job growth. What's better for remote workers? And so on and so forth. We have plenty of blogs that you guys can check out on our blog section. But I would like to go to how much you can really save by working from home for a second. So as you can see our blogs here, guys, obviously the first one is no more expensive commutes, lower food expenses, no need for a large professional wardrobe, childcare and family support, better health, fewer medical costs. And now find out how much money you can save. So let's say you are looking into working from home, but you are currently working in the office and you are curious about how much money you can save as a remote professional. You can click here to take our savings calculator, which you can also find on our website. And guys, this calculator, actually, when I took it the first time, I was extremely shocked on how much money I'm saving. And it's not that I'm trying to save this money, it's just that I'm saving it because I'm working from home. It's absolutely insane. So basically, you can start here. So how many days a week do you commute to work? So when I worked in the office, it was 5 days a week. I drove by car. And how far do you typically drive to your workplace? I would say it was about 20. Do you pay for parking at your workplace? Luckily, I didn't at that time. So how often do you buy clothes for work? That would have been around every 2 months for me. And I would say I spent about $120. Do you need dry cleaning for your work clothing? No. How much do you typically spend on meals per day at work? So that basically includes the coffee, breakfast, lunch, snacks, all those things. I would say it was around $7 to $8. I'll say 7. Do you pay for daycare? No. Okay, and then get your results. So once more, I'm going to enter my first name, I'm going to enter my last name, and my email address. Okay, and then obviously we just need to agree here as well, and then submit. Okay, so now it's going to calculate my savings. So let's see how much money That's incredible, guys. And this is my annual savings, 3,542 US dollars that I'm currently saving just by working from home. And if you convert the dollars to the South African rands, because I'm a South African, that is absolutely insane. It's it's a lot of money that I'm saving. I mean, just commuting alone, 1,002 US dollars that I'm saving by not commuting. My work attire, 720, meal costs, 1,820 US dollars. Now, obviously, if you are working from home, you still need to eat, but that means you can buy monthly groceries. So it's way less expensive than eating out, when you work in the office. So this is just like an average saving, 3,542 US dollars that I'm currently saving as a remote worker. So yeah, I found this super interesting, guys. So please be sure to check it out as well if you're interested in taking the calculator yourself. Please ask in the comment section, and we'll be sure to share the link with you. But yeah, I found this quite remarkable, to be honest, guys. Okay, so then we also have the FAQs, our career opportunities. Carol is going to explain in a bit how to apply. So stick around for that as well. And then we also have our testimonials. Okay, so the testimonials page is all about the people who are working with us and their experience working with JobDoc. So as we can see here, we have Tandeka from South Africa. She says, I get to take my daughter to school, attend her plays and activities, and still have time for myself, which is remarkable. We also have Lizzie from Honduras. It's a great experience, and everyone in the office has been really nice to me. So guys, if you are a bit hesitant on whether or not you should apply, please be sure to check out our testimonials. We get quite a lot of motivation from reading these things because these amazing people are working with us and they are directly sharing their experience of what it's like to work with JobDoc. So please be sure to check this out as well. We have the weekly tea blocks. We are going to show you a weekly tea video at the end. So please be sure to stick around for that as well. But you can read our weekly tea blocks here. We have Beyond the Desk. So with this specific section, our team members are talking about their personal life and, obviously working with JobDoc as a remote professional comes with a lot of benefits. And that obviously includes a healthy work-life balance. So in this section, we are talking about what we are doing after work or before work or on weekends. So it's also really interesting. And then we also have our US-based employers. So you can also check out this video as well. And as you can see, if you are interested in signing up for our Job Flash newsletters, you can do so by scrolling down to the bottom, entering your first name, last name, email address, and the country where you reside. And yeah, that's basically it from my end. I'm going to leave it over to Carol now. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Morne, for this super valuable information. I'm sure that everyone was super um, found it super insightful to hear all about our website, resources, and whatnot. Sometimes when I host the Garo's Corner or live sessions, we get a lot of questions of where can I find these resources? Well, now it's clear as day. So, you guys, I'm going to walk you through a part of the application process. I hope I don't bore you guys because it is going to be quick. Okay. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay, so let me know if you guys can see my screen. Morne, could you please let me know if you're able to see my screen, please?
Yes, I do, pal. 100%.
Okay, you guys give me 1 second because I think my screen just paused. I think it's you guys see technology is not on our side today. Let me see if I refresh this page. Maybe if I open another page. I think not. Give me one sec, you guys. So in the meantime, you guys can just sit in silence. No, I'm just kidding. Mm, let me see if I can make my computer react. Okay, now I opened all of the pages that I have. Okay, let's see. I promise I won't leave you guys hanging. Okay, let me see. I think we're good to go. Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Please let me know. Morne, sorry to bug you again. If you can see my screen in a
Yes, it's perfectly fine, Carol.
okay. So you guys can see my screen. Yay! For some reason, it paused for a second, but we're good to go now. Okay, so when you guys want to apply, you guys will be on this beautiful web page, which is jobdoc.com. I already searched for it and I ended up here. So make sure that you guys are on jobdoc.com. That's such a tongue twister for me. And as you guys can see here, it's explore our career opportunities. For example, since I live in Mexico, it's gonna show the positions available in Mexico. But if you live in another country, it will show the positions that are available in your country. For example, here I can even see the US, well, the amount of money I will be earning, or my salary, sorry, in US dollars approx. And also here's something super important, you guys. Please apply for only one position. Our recruitment team receives a lot of applications a day. So if you send your application over twice, for example, if you want to apply for intake receptionist and also receptionist, that will make them review your application twice, which can have an issue during your application process, and we don't want you guys to have issues because of that small mistake. So please take that into consideration. Also, a small mistake that can happen, but after you hear this shouldn't happen, is please apply for the positions that are available in your country. For example, if you want to apply for marketing assistant, but you're from South Africa, please make sure that you're checking out the positions that are available in South Africa and that marketing assistant is available in your country. So now that that's said and done, let's move on. Look, who are these guys? Us. Um, okay. So I know that Morne already showed you guys all of this, but let's see. Here in location, we have all of the countries that we're currently hired from. Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, Peru, and South Africa. So make sure that you click on the country that you're from. I'm not going to click Argentina because I'm not from Argentina, I'm from Mexico. So please take that into consideration. So now what you're going to do is, for example, in my case, I'm going to sign in because I already created an account for the test that we're going to do today. But in your case, you would have to create an account. I'm just going to go there so that you guys can see. It's like creating an account for, I don't know, Facebook. So I mean, if you have a Facebook, if you have an Instagram, I'm pretty sure that you can create this account. I trust your capabilities. So, for example, you can go into email address, type in your email address, put a new password in. Make sure to write that password down. It has to have a special character, it has to have a minimum of characters, a numeric character, an uppercase character, an alphabetic character, and a lowercase character. I know that that sounds hard, but you can always put, I don't know, your first pet's name and a one and a uppercase, however you feel most comfortable. But we just don't want you forgetting that um, password. Okay, so now I won't be doing that because as I said previously, I already have my account. So let me type in my email. This is my personal email, you guys. Application test JD. No, I'm just kidding. I created this email just for you for this demonstration. And let me see if I put my password in correctly. Sign in. Yes. Okay. So we're good to go. As you guys can see, I already have myself an account, so that's why I was able to sign in directly. And after this, I will be checking my location. So I'm from Mexico. I'm going to see which jobs are available in Mexico. For example, if I want to apply for executive assistant, I will read carefully that I have the skills to be an executive assistant. So JobDuck is hiring a virtual assistant, executive assistant in Mexico. For example, here, my duties and responsibilities will include, but are not limited to the following. Let me see if that convinces me. So I will be efficiently managing calendars and scheduling meetings, drafting emails, letters, and reports to streamline operations, serving as a liaison between internal and external parties, coordinating travel arrangements. That sounds like fun. Prioritizing and handling phone calls, emails, and messages. So I have to be, well, I don't have to be, but I mean, I have to take calls, answer emails. I have to take that into consideration. So, for example, I also have to do additional tasks based on the client's needs. Okay, so we'll find out more about that. But if all of everything else convinces me, then I decide to apply to the executive assistant position in Mexico today. So let me see if if I should consider that I am, how can I say? I'm suited for this position. You guys are making me shy. So I need to have 6 months of related experience and or related degree. That's a question that we get a lot. If I studied something else that doesn't have to do something with executive assistant, but I have experience, yes, you can apply. That's why we have the and or part there. And then we will continue to read advanced slash native level English skills, both written and spoken. So remember that you guys have to speak in your interview with your client. For example, in this case, it says that we will be drafting emails, letters, and taking calls. So that's something that's super important. Strong organizational abilities, discretion with confidential information. So you guys can't be posting your letters that you guys are going to be creating. Sorry about that. And then attention to detail. Well, that's something super important. Excellent verbal and written communication, phone etiquette. Also, something to take into consideration, outstanding time management, and you also have to have your own PC, laptop, headset, and high-speed internet. And also, obviously, a quiet private workspace. And then here I can read the benefits, competitive salary, paid time salary. Nobody wants a competitive salad. So, competitive salary, paid time off, and holiday pay, well, where applicable. Annual bonuses, referral bonuses, 100% remote. As Morne said previously, in the savings calculator, you will be saving money without you even noticing. So that's a huge benefit. Full-time, long-term career opportunities. Yes, remember you guys, we're not looking for people that want to be at JobDuck, I don't know, for a couple of months, for just a couple of weeks while they earn up. No, it's a full-time position that well, intentionally is going to be long term. So please take that into consideration also. Even though we are remote, it is not like a freelance job. It's not like a part-time job. It's a full-time job with a long-term career opportunity. So that's something super good and that you have to take into account. Parental leave, professional development and training, and dedicated team support, alignment with our clients' core values. Okay, so now that I read the benefits, I'm going to apply. I'm just going to get to the point. So I am going to apply mm, no, I'm going to autofill my resume. And what they mean by that is they're going to put in your email and your name. For example, if your name is, I don't know, Tom Smith and your email is tomsmith@gmail.com, they autofilled that part for you first. So you will have your name autofilled and your email. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on here. For example, here I have to upload my CV. Make sure that your CV, don't look at my private documents. No, I'm just kidding. I just have a couple of content here. Okay, so make sure that your CV is in the right format. Okay. So for some odd reason, see, this can happen to anyone. The size of the job duck CV is greater than the C for, what is it, 37 KB? So I need to reduce the size of this document. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open it. This is an example of something that can happen to the best of us. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So this was like a blank document for us to use as an example of how it would look when you upload your resume. And remember, you guys, it has to be in English. So now that I have my documents in English, for example, me that I'm from Mexico, I would normally have it in Spanish a couple of years ago, but I had to translate it to English. But since, for example, for the people that are looking into applying to marketing assistant, it's n not a problem if your portfolio, like the things that you're going to demonstrate in your portfolio are in your native language, but everything else has to be in English. For example, if you have, I don't know, something regarding KPIs, you have to translate that part into English. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself. Okay, so this is just like a random document. It's not my official CV, but I'm gonna see if I'm able to. Okay, so here it says I can either upload it in Docs, HTML, PDF, or TXT. So I'm gonna try and upload it in PDF. Let's see if it lets me now. Um, Word document, no. Okay, so it should be saved by now. Let's see, select file. It's probably charging. I'm going to put CV. Okay, successfully uploaded. I was able to upload it as a doc, but you guys take into consideration that it has to be a max of 5 megabytes and also has to be uploaded in either of these formats. So I'm going to click continue. Let me close here, Word. Okay, so now that I'm here, have you previously worked with us? No. Which country do you live in? Given names, for example, here I put test. My name is not test, but I'm going to put in test. I decided I don't have a middle name, and I also will not be putting in my mother's family name, but I will be putting my father's family name because it's a required um, field that you guys have to type that you guys have to fill up. So for example, that's why it has a little red star here. So my address line, I will not be putting my official address there. I will just be putting test. Remember, you guys, I'm putting test because this is an example of how it will look when you guys are applying. But for example, in your case, you will be putting in your address, your neighborhood, your postal code, and the city that you live in. Here, it already filled in my email address because I have a previous account that I created, and then I will be typing in my phone number. For example, this is not an official phone number. Please don't call. It's not my personal phone number for sure, but we don't know whose it is, and it's just random numbers. And what else? For example, here I put my country's phone code. That's why it says Mexico. And this is my phone number. I do not have a phone extension. Well, Test, last name Test doesn't have a phone extension. So he did not put a phone extension. And I'm going to make sure that I'm just going to reread again to make sure that I got my name right, that I have the country that I live in right. And then you guys have to do this in a more detailed way than Test is doing it, but please save and continue. So for my experience, let's see. Let's see. So Test was head of tests at the company of tests. Okay, that's just an example. You're going to put in your professional experience there. For example, if you currently work there, you're going to click the little check mark of I currently work there. Location is city of tests. Okay, that's just an example. But for example, if you live in whichever city of your country, obviously, you're going to type in the location. And if it's remote, you can go ahead and put remote. Role description. Okay, so I am in charge. This is just an example of approving tests at the company tests. That's an example. Obviously, you have to be a little bit more, how can I say, detailed. For example, I am in charge of approving tests. I missed tests at the company of tests. You, for example, you will put sort of what skills you use, what experience you have there, what you have learned, just a role description. I mean, I know it's pretty obvious, but I just want to have everything loud and clear. If you have had a previous job, for example, here it asks me, since when have I been working there? Let's say that Tess has been working there since January of 2024, but he is currently working there. But for example, if he previously was working somewhere else here, he would put, I don't know if he was working for someplace since 2021, from January of 2024, because he now started working at the company of Test, he will be putting the previous job that he had. But in my case, I don't want to bore you guys with more job descriptions of our friend Test, so I'm just going to move on to education, school or university. So he attended the University of Tests, and he got a degree, a technical degree, let's say, field of study. Okay, let's see. He got a technical degree in administration. He studied from 2018 to 2022. That's just an example, you guys. So for example, if you have any other degree that's a master's degree, a diploma, a doctorate, a specialty certification, you guys can always add it here on education too. For example, this is a click of add another. Languages. Well, for example, in my case, I'm just going to put Spanish as my first language. I am fluent in this language. Sorry, Test is fluent in this language. He is fluent speaking it. He is just really good at Spanish because he's from Mexico. I am fluent in this language. Okay. Language number two, in our case, would be English. So comprehension, let's say advanced, overall fluent, reading advanced, and speaking fluent. Remember that you will be taking calls, you will be talking with the client, so you have to be fluent to some degree. Well, not some, you have to be fluent in English. And you will also be fluent in writing. Okay, so this part is something that's sometimes can get us in a bit of a pickle, but it's not a big deal. Let me show you guys how you guys can do it. For example, here in the skills. So let's say that Test is really good at teamwork. Teamwork. So he's going to type in teamwork. Then he's going to click enter and he's going to see all of these coming up. Teamwork orientation, let's say. But for example, sometimes a lot of people get a little bit confused because they type in, I don't know, let's say customer service. And they say no items found, but it's because they haven't clicked enter. So now that I clicked enter here, it's just even sorts it out in a detailed way. So, for example, retail customer service, that could be something. So those are just two skills. You can put up to, I think it's about 10, but you guys can choose your skills and see which one best accommodates you. For example, here, I'm going to put my resume in. Jesus. Let's see. Okay. It is going to accept it because it's in a doc format and it's also less than 5 megabytes. Save and continue. Okay, so application questions. JobDoc uses WhatsApp to communicate with candidates. Would you like us to communicate via WhatsApp to message to mes what via WhatsApp message to provide key updates in your application? Yada yada yada. Yes, that's fine. What is your country of residence? Mexico. When would you like to begin training? Let's say that Tess is just wants to work with JobDuck immediately, so he is available to start next Monday, which is the 28th of April. What is your salary expectations per month in US dollars? For example, an executive assistant, I believe that it was apart from $985, so I'm going to put 985 to see what happens after. And for marketing only, please attach your marketing portfolio in PDF format. The people that are looking into applying to marketing assistant, please read this carefully. But since I'm not applying for marketing assistant, I will just continue my application process. Okay, yes, I consent to the above terms and conditions. After you guys read all of that, because I've already read it, I am going to put save and continue. So now that you reviewed all of your information and made sure that your name is right, your email address is right, your phone is right, everything is in order, you will submit your application. Okay, your application is submitted. Yay! So now any ad you will be getting, okay, this one is not submitted because it's from another test that I did, so don't it's not a jump scare. And here you will see the date that it was submitted in, and also if you will be able to view your application just in case you have any second guesses of what you put in there. And remember to check your email, your spam folder, your other folder, because that's what it's called. All of your folders, check that we have emailed you before you say that we haven't emailed you, because sometimes that happens that you guys will receive an email and it went to your spam folder for some odd reason, and it was there all along. So please make sure to check all of your folders on your email. And remember that if you have any questions, you can always contact us here. And I think that is all from my part. I hope that this was helpful, and I tried to be as detailed as possible with our little friend test. And yeah,
Well, Carol, yeah, that was super, super insightful. I was listening to you the whole time, watching it. Yeah, extremely insightful. I'm pretty sure the audience will say the same as well. And I was also scrolling through our questions. I'm between Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. But our team is doing a phenomenal job with the questions. I couldn't really spot any unanswered questions here. To be honest, yeah, the team is on it absolutely. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for assisting us behind the scenes with the questions as well. And yeah, guys, if you are going to apply today, please let us know in the comment section below. And yeah, obviously, we wish you the best of luck with your application. I think, Carol, yeah, you absolutely put it best, and you showed everyone how to apply. We do get a lot of questions, especially in the skills field. As Caro explained, please type in your skills and remember to press enter and choose the skills from the list that will be provided to you as well. So yeah, Caro, that was super insightful. To be honest, I'm looking at the questions. But guys, if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact us on our social media platforms. You can send us a DM. You can comment on one of our videos or posts, whatever the case might be. And yeah, we will definitely answer you on all your questions. And to everyone who is watching at the moment and who is currently in the application process, we do wish you the best of luck. But yeah, Carol, any final words from your end before we display our weekly tea video?
no, not on my end. I just hope that this clears everything up. As Morne said, the skills part is a tricky part, but once you get the hang of it, it will be super easy. And Morne, you did a great job showing all of our resources. This was really, really insightful for anyone that's looking into applying or is currently working at JobJug. I hope that these resources are really helpful for you. And also, weekly teas are always super fun. They're from well, you guys will see a little bit of it in a minute, but you guys can go in ahead and check out the specific position that you're looking to applying for and see if you can find a weekly tea from someone that's working there currently to see what they do in a day-to-day, what their experience was during the application process, how their interview was. I mean, it varies from person to person, but it is really super insightful to see all of those testimonials, webinars. We have a bunch of information there that maybe if you had a question like, Jesus, what are you guys going to ask me in the interview? You can always check out our resources because your question can easily be answered there.
Yeah, 100%, Carol. So guys, obviously, you can watch our weekly tea videos on YouTube. So basically, all you need to do is search Job Talk. For instance, I searched Job Talk Weekly Tea Eric. He is one of our team members. A huge shout out to Mr. Eric. We are going to watch his weekly tea now. So yeah, guys, we hope you enjoy, and until next time, we'll see you again, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, Morne. We're super excited to have Eric from Mexico. How are you doing, Eric? Okay, Eric. So, of course, you were successful during your application process. Can you tell us a little bit more about your position, about what your day-to-day tasks are?
Right. I am a marketing assistant, and mostly my tasks are, you know, planning content for social media, and responding messages from people trying to connect with us. Also, working hand to hand with our graphic designers and all the team involved in the communication of our brand. So, yeah, pretty much that.
And Eric, can you tell us a little bit more about working from home? Do you feel like you have time for your loved ones, for your hobbies? Like, how is your work-life balance?
I mean, yes, definitely. I was looking for a remote position or remote role because I was sick of commuting. I'm living in a huge city in Mexico, and I'm not living like a downtown. I'm living kind of like in the suburbs. So for me to go and work like downtown, it was hectic. It was hell.
So, that being said, how do you feel working with coworkers that are in different countries or that are in the US? How have you felt with that?
It's awesome. It's wild because from time to time I talk to, for example, coworkers that are in South Africa, and it's like, bro, I am actually going through a heat wave here, and I'm freezing here in Mexico, right? Because it's like everything is different, and their way of seeing life is different from mine. So it's like, it has helped me like developing myself on a cultural way, not only on a professional way. So it's good.
So, Eric, last question. Would you recommend someone else that's looking into applying to JobDeck to apply?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I were to be honest, I will say that this is the role, I mean, the work model of the future. So yes, I mean, in a couple of years, maybe we will see more people working from home. So I think it is a good opportunity for us to be like stepping ahead on time, like to be ahead of time in this matter. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. Absolutely apply.
Okay, Eric. So thank you so, so much for being on the Weekly Tea. I'm pretty sure that your testimonial is going to be super helpful for anyone that sees it. And guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Weekly Tea. Remember that you guys can go ahead and follow us on almost all social media pages. And Eric, thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you for having me, Cara. I hope you have a wonderful day.